Welcome to the Nicole Marie Experience. I am so excited to be sharing all the things I love: makeup tutorials, skincare reviews, and we'll be getting into some girl talk. You know what that means. Yep, you guessed it, my love for wine, and so much more. So come along for the ride. We're going to be spilling all the tea. Well, I guess I should say all the wine. Hi everybody, my name is Nicole Marie and welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, go subscribe. Go hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification button so that when new videos pop up, you're the first one to know. So, I know my hair looks a little crazy. I mean, not a little crazy. It looks a lot crazy because we're going to be doing some hair stuff. Now, I told y'all we'd be getting into some hair care, hairstyles. So, grab your wine. Today, I'm going to be drinking a Riesling from Barefoot, keeping it cheap and light. Now, to me, Riesling is like juice. I don't know if that's good or bad, but don't judge me. Don't judge me. Anywho, pour your glass of wine. I got mine. And we're going to get into some hair stuff. Now, I took my braids out. I actually have an interview on Monday, so fingers crossed. Oh, I wanted to try this hairstyle. I'm going to slick it back and do like a really long braided ponytail. I mean, I can take the ponytail out on Monday before my interview, so it'll all be slicked back and, you know, whatever. But I kind of wanted to try this style out. I've been looking at it and been pondering and wondering if I should do it. And I'm going to just do it. I've been watching some different videos and YouTubes, and I hope I got everything. Now, I already tried it already. I tried it yesterday, and I did like it. I thought it was on fleek, okay? I don't know if we're still using that, but, I mean, I might be telling my age, but I thought it was. But I just didn't like how my hair wasn't kind of, like, the braid wasn't tight enough. So, needless to say, I redid the whole thing. So I washed my hair with conditioner. I didn't wash it with shampoo. I just washed it with conditioner to wash all the product out. Blow dried my hair, and then I flat ironed it so I can get it kind of really, really sleek. I have really thick hair. Thank God. Because if we were talking last year around this time, I did not have thick hair. So it finally got back to like its original state. When I was little, I used to have really, really thick hair. But finally, it's, you know, with my braids and really taking care of it, taking my vitamins, moisturizing it, and it's gone back to its thickness, which I'm really excited about. Now I just want it to grow long, not thick, long. I want to keep the thickness, right? Because Lord knows it's been a journey to get here, but I want it to grow long. So, let's get into it. I'm going to kind of tell you the steps along the way. I'm going to do it. Hopefully, you'll be able to see it. Like, I'll turn around so you can see it. I have my Shine and Jam. I have my Got To Be Blasting Freeze Spray. I'm going to kind of put like a little bit of oil on my hair before I put all of these products in it. I have my combs and, of course, my braiding hair. All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to try to do my best by myself, but I may need some assistance from my mom lately. I guess that's a good thing about living with your mama at 31 years old, because I got laid off, and then my best friend, who's no longer my best friend, told me at the last month before we had to renew our lease, she didn't want to renew our lease, so now I gotta live with my mama. I guess that's good. But we're gonna get into all that a little bit later. Let's just deal with hair, okay? Cool. All right, guys, we're going to be switching to a voiceover. So as you can see, I'm going to take the gel and comb it through the first section of my hair. Using multiple sections is a lot easier and manageable for thick hair. And just, I feel like all around getting that sleek, slick look, it's just easier to do it in multiple sections. So I'm taking the gel and putting it on the first section. Gonna take the freeze spray and spray it into place. Now I'm going to take the second section and do this same exact thing. Take the gel, comb it through the second section. Well, I'm going to take my hands because it's a little bit easier, but I will eventually take the comb and do it that way as well. I know doing it this way, having my hair straight was a little bit more manageable. Sometimes I've seen people do it with wet hair or just after blow drying it, but I blow dried my hair. I took the blow dryer and blew it out. And I took the flat iron to get that really straight look, and it was a little bit easier to do it that way. I promise you I know how to talk. So now I feel like it's all nice and straight, so I'm going to use my hair tie to tie it into place. And now I take the first section in the front, brush it out, and brush it back. I'm going to do the same exact thing. Take the gel and comb it through the part first, and then comb it throughout my hair. Now I'm going to do it on the other side and just comb it right on through that part of my head. Now, what I will say is that I am so happy that my hair has grown back. I could not do this before. I didn't have to do all of this work before. All I had to do was wet it and slick it back, and it was nice. But now I have to put a little bit more work into it if I want a slick back look, which I am not complaining. When you've been through the trenches of not having healthy hair, you really are grateful for when it grows back. You really are grateful. And I'm grateful that I took the time and the effort to grow it back. And I'm glad that was the one great thing about quarantine, is that I didn't have to do my hair. So now I feel like it is all slicked back, putting a little bit more gel on it. The great thing about this gel is that you have that slick look without it flaking. Like I said, I tried this look beforehand, and the gel that I used was starting to flake almost immediately after it started to dry. So that was no bueno. It was starting to look a little dirty, and I didn't want that. I wanted my look to stay as long as possible. And even when I tried to wet it, I tried to put more on, it just kept flaking. So I didn't want to do that. So now I'm going to take more gel and just kind of lay the edges with the small comb. With my edge comb, kind of getting just the edge right there, trying to get it as flat as possible. I'm going to do my edges so that I can wrap them up first before I do my braid. Now, when I was going through my whole eczema outbreak, the one thing I did have was edges. I will always be grateful for my edges and my baby hairs. Trying to get it as flat as possible. I want that little swoop on the sides, that little swirly swoop on the sides. I love that look. Ooh, kill him. Trying not to get too much spray on my face. Now I'm going to take the wrapping paper and just wrap it around my edges. Now using this braiding hair was a little bit more difficult than using the braiding hair that is already feathered already. But I will say this actually helped to get that really thick braid that I was looking for. Now next time I might use the feathered hair to make it a little bit easier and maybe not as long. It's already starting to get tangled. Whoopsies. That is the problem with this hair, is that it does get tangled very easily. So slow and steady wins the race. So now what I'm going to do is not kind of cut it in half or fold it over in half. I'm going to take one section. It's going to be a little bit longer than the other. I'm going to take the hair tie and basically pretend that this is my hair, and take the hair tie and wrap it around the shorter section of the braiding hair. Now you want to try to do this as many times as you can so that you have a really, really secure braid. If your braid is a little bit heavier, a little bit longer, you want it to be secure so it doesn't fall out on the floor or slide out. And I will say that doing it this way, I won't ever go the other way again, and just pinning the hair to my hair, actually intertwining the braiding hair into my hair. I just feel so much security that it's not gonna fall off or fall out. And now I just flip it over. Whoopsies, it's trying to get tangled. Now I'm going to take a piece and wrap it around the base of the ponytail so that you have that flawless look from my hair to the braiding hair. And I'm just going to wrap this around as many times as I can. The braiding hair is starting to get tangled, but I'm just going to wrap it underneath and over using the freezing spray to get it on there, to get it as tight as possible. And then I'm just going to pin it. Now I've seen videos where they don't use any pins, but I haven't gotten there yet. But I'm going to keep trying. The braiding hair is starting to get tangled. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take three parts. I'm going to brush it out. Take 3 parts with my hair. Put the gel on it to try to intertwine my hair with the braiding hair for that sleek, flawless finish. And then start braiding. So I really want a tight braid. So trying to get a tight braid from this point is difficult. So that's why I take some of the gel to kind of just make it as sleek and slick back there. And I'm putting the sections of hair as far away as possible so they don't get tangled within themselves. That's no bueno. Believe me. So braiding it behind me for a little bit is hard, but not impossible. And then as I get the braid long enough, I can kind of move it to the side and braid it next to me, in front of me, so I can kind of see it a little bit better. Now the braiding hair is starting to get tangled at this point, so I'm gonna have to take my feet because my hands are unavailable to untangle it. So, I mean, it's my hair. I bought it. I can use my feet if I want to. So, as I'm continuing to braid, making sure it's still tight and smooth. As I'm braiding it, I'm kind of detangling the braiding hair as well. This braiding hair is allowing me to have a really thick braid, which is what I wanted. But towards the end, some of the parts get a little bit shorter, so I'm going to add some braiding hair to the short pieces so that I get a long braid. But as I'm braiding it, just detangling it, braiding, detangling, braiding, detangling, braiding, detangling, braiding, detangling. Probably should have done this before I started braiding, but you know what? You live and you learn. You live and you learn. And so I'm going to intertwine the braiding hair, but it's starting to get tangled, so I got to take it out and start it again, which is fine. If I want a braid for as long as possible, it's going to take some time. And I'm also not a professional. But needless to say, you can do this look at home. Save you some coins. But I'm going to take that braiding hair and just intertwine it so that I have a long, thick braid all the way down my back. Now, as the braid is starting to get longer and longer and longer, I kind of pull it up so that I can continue braiding. And then I'm braiding and detangling, braiding and detangling. Now, some of the beginning hair is starting to come out a little bit, so I haven't mastered how to kind of tuck that in yet, but the next time I'm gonna do that. I just took some charms and kind of put them into that section of the hair. So I'm continuing to braid and braid and braid, and towards the end I take the rubber band and just wrap it all up. And I actually ended up curling it and making it a little curly at the end, which I thought was really cute. I'm going to take some gel and just kind of go over the top part of my hair and the base of the braid to get that really slick, flawless look. And I'm pretty happy with the results. They look good. Oh, shoot. You a hairstylist on the weekends. But thank you for watching my braiding tutorial, and we'll see you next time.